topics, please. Our graduates are making their way, so we would like to ask that everybody find a seat and stay seated while they're walking in, just out of respect for everybody else, and that way we can give everyone a chance to take pictures of their kiddos walking in.
Sabemos que este es un momento muy emocionante para todos aquí, para que todas las familias puedan disfrutar de la entrada de los graduados. Les pedimos amablemente que permanezcan sentados mientras los estudiantes ingresan al campus y enfrentan sus lugares. Gracias por su apoyo y por ayudarnos a celebrar esta ocasión tan especial.
Good morning and welcome everyone. Please take your seats. We'll be starting the graduation in just a few minutes. Welcome to the Jackson Hole High School 2026 graduation. My name is Jhhs. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees. I'd like to introduce to you my colleagues, the elected members of the Board of Trustees. Chair Betsy Carlin is unable to attend, but Vice Chair Stephen Abrams, Treasurer Bill Scarlett, there's the Trustee Keith Gingrey, and Trustee Jerry Bosch. I would now like the faculty, thank you, the faculty and staff of TCSD to stand and be recognized. Graduates, you may turn around and look at them. Thank you very much. In some contexts, this event would be called a commencement. Why? You're all graduating from high school. You know that a commencement is the start of something. This is the start of your life as adults. Take a look around at you, at the people sitting next to you, the people sitting behind you, your faculty and teachers, your parents, your siblings, the members of the community that's here. And remember, all of us here are proud of you today. We pledge to have your backs now and in the future. This community, one of very few, probably in the world, that is, in my humble opinion, a community that takes care of its own. You need to remember that that is here, and we are here for you, and have been here before you, and again, we are so proud of you. I'd like to introduce the American Legion Post 43's presentation of the colors. The color guard this year for Jackson Hole High School is our Eric Cole, Army Post Commander, Joe Burke, Coast Guard Vice Commander, Dave Hill, Army Post Adjutant and West Point graduate, Ron Kaminsky of the Marines, and Carrie Miller of the Army. Carrie is the mother of graduating senior Cassius Yeager. student Violetta Vasquez for making amazing. I'm pleased to introduce the class of 2026 student speakers this morning, Lily Steinberg and Ellie Stuck, who are the class of 26 student body co-presidents. Both have grown up in Jackson Hole. Next year, Ellie is planning on attending Montana State University in Bozeman, and Lily is planning on attending Duke University in North Carolina. Please join me in welcoming them.
Good morning, graduates, families, faculty, and everyone in between. I've always had this small fantasy in the back of my mind about giving a graduation speech, but now I'm up here in front of all of you, and I'm like, what were you thinking? I want to thank my parents, my sister Josie, the incredible teachers at the school, and my best friends for always being by my side and supporting me. But today isn't just about me. It's about all of us. We have grown up together, and now looking around at my peers, I feel nothing but admiration for who you all are. I'm proud to watch every single one of you enter the next chapter of your lives. For those with whom I've been in the same class with since kindergarten, growing up with you has been a privilege, and watching you step into the new adventure is thrilling. For those who I met in the recent years, it's been nothing but a pleasure. When writing this speech, Lily and I watched so many different versions of grad speeches, and they often start with, wow, the best 4 years of our lives. Well, they were lying. We know how hard it was. We're no strangers to the challenges, nor are we strangers to how much fun we had. Now, you're all sitting here in front of us, and I have your attention, so I'm supposed to give you some incredible, life-changing advice, so no pressure. People often say, don't lose perspective. However, what I want to emphasize most today is don't be afraid to gain a perspective. Nestled in this ecosystem, we drink clean water every day, we breathe fresh air, we just attended the best public high school in the state. No matter what our background, coming from Jackson, Wyoming makes us all here the most. But I say this as a warning too. We will encounter hundreds of different cultures, customs, types of people. These are encounters, these are experiences, and these are hardships that we're not exposed to here. Face these discrepancies with an open mind, because they will teach you and allow you to grow. As we move out into the world, we must keep Jackson Hole's roots, but we must not let them prevent us from growing into something bigger. Carry this place, carry these people, carry our failed senior pranks, but more than that, carry an open perspective. Allow the world, allow the people you encounter, allow the cultures you enter to teach you. Leave here curious enough to keep growing, to keep asking questions, and to keep searching for the most impactful version of ourselves. We are constantly reminded of our accomplishments, but we rarely talk about what it took to get there. We fought through every tough day, through that really organized parking lot, through the treacherous weeks that didn't have a Flex Friday, and the silent battles we have all won to walk tonight to get our diplomas mean more than any course or award ever could. And yet, so much of what brought us here will never be seen. Some of the most substantial things in our lives cannot be captured in a picture. A photo can show where we were or who stood with us, but it can't fully capture the feeling of who you were becoming in the moment. The biggest moments in life are often not the loudest ones. They happen in small, ordinary spaces, in mistakes that taught us something, in the people who stayed, people who left, and in the versions of ourselves we outgrow. The photos of us in our caps and gowns and our senior portraits under the Tetons capture who we are now. But they could never capture the change since we first walked in to Jackson Hole High School. So, trust what you cannot see. Trust the growth that happened in the quiet, the strength that was built in the struggle, and the person you have become through all of it. Quiero tomar parte de este discurso para reconocer un idioma y una cultura que forman gran parte de este centro. Yo he estado en el programa de documentación desde kinder. Por 13 años, este programa me ha enseñado no solo a hablar español, sino que me ha enseñado esta cultura tan especial. Jackson Hole es una comunidad hecha de dos idiomas, de dos culturas. Hay un valor especial en el programa porque construye una comunidad bilingüe y cultural en la escuela. Por medio de este programa, creo que todos hemos aprendido nuestras diferencias, con también nuestras fortalezas más grandes. Por esto, quiero dar gracias a la comunidad de la organización. Estamos viviendo en un mundo más polarizado y por esa razón es muy importante tener medios en que podamos crear una fuente entre nuestras diferencias. Yo creo que la oportunidad de ser bilingües y de tener una perspectiva abierta es una de las herramientas más útiles para tener éxito en nuestra vida. Y todos debemos tomar estas herramientas para este próximo capítulo de nuestra vida. You came into the school as one version of yourself, and you're leaving as someone deeper, someone more certain of what you value, even if you're still unsure of the plan. No one hands you directions for what comes next. And honestly, I think that that's the point. We've spent years being told what to do and when to show up. Now, for the first time, the blank space in front of us is entirely ours. That is terrifying. But it is also the most exciting thing I have ever faced. You just have to be willing to take the next step, be willing to be wrong, and be willing to be uncomfortable. You may not know what city you'll end up in, what you will study, or who you will become, but you know who you are right now, in this moment, and that is enough to begin. All 236 of you have played a role in making our class so outstanding. I'm proud that my peers are going to Ivy League schools. These feats are extraordinary. But more than the name of the school or the prestige, I'm proud that every single one of you is going to make a positive impact in this world. I'm proud that the reach of class of 2026 is touching so many corners of the world, from Greece to California, from South Korea to Canada, Australia to Utah, and Switzerland to Wyoming. Our small, humble high school is reaching far, and that gives me hope. It should offer us all hope. We know now more than ever, our generation carries an extra responsibility. We carry the responsibility to protect our environment, to protect human rights, to protect equality, and to protect democracy. This is an enormous responsibility, an enormous stress. Despite that, I know that this class is filled with passionate people filled with energy, fight, and excitement. So I think it's an assurance to everyone here. I know it's an assurance for me that we got this. We carry a huge responsibility, but I know I'm surrounded with people who carry it with grace. We're in good hands. We have spent this morning talking about what this class is capable of. The passion, the curiosity, and we mean every word. But we want to remind you, believe these capabilities about yourself. Every room you walk into from here, walk in knowing that you earned your place in it. The world needs what you specifically have to offer. Your perspective, your fight, your story. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Now it's my task to introduce our guest speaker, Anna Gibson. Anna Gibson is a proud Jackson Hole High School graduate from the class of 2017. Still a Jackson local, her roots run deep in this community. While at Jackson Hole High School, Anna competed in cross country, track and field, and Nordic skiing, becoming one of the most accomplished high school athletes in Wyoming history. Over the course of her high school career, she earned 17 Wyoming state championships, 2 national titles, was a 2-time Gatorade Runner of the Year, and was known not only for her competitiveness, but also for the consistency, discipline, and the leadership she brought to every team she was a part of. In the classroom, Anna was equally driven. She graduated as valedictorian in 2017, balancing her travels across the region for sports with a demanding academic schedule and multiple extracurriculars, including being co-president of the school's chapter of the National Honor Society. After high school, Anna attended Brown University in Rhode Island for a year and a half before transferring to the University of Washington, where she competed for one of the top collegiate distance running programs in the country, while continuing to excel academically. She earned an undergrad degree with honors in environmental science and terrestrial resource management before turning to a master's of jurisprudence in environmental law. During her time at Washington, she earned multiple All-American honors, became an NCAA record holder on the track, and all the while continued to push her own acuity in the mountains on skis and on foot. Since graduating from Washington, Anna has become a unique force in the world of outdoor sports. She's built a markedly multi-sport career across track, trail running, gravel cycling, and now ski mountaineering. In 2024, she competed at the U.S. Olympic track trials in the 1,500 meters. In 2025, she earned a bronze medal at the World Mountain and Trail Running Championships. And this past February, she represented Team USA and Jackson Hole in ski mountaineering during the sport's Olympic debut at the Winter Olympics in Milano Cortina. Anna has often spoken about the influence of growing up in Jackson, where long days in the mountains, great teachers and coaches who didn't see limits, and a strong outdoor community helped build this foundation for everything that followed. When I think of Anna Gibson's accomplishments, I think of her resilience. Anna never gives up. Please join me in welcoming Anna to the podium.
Class of 2026, congratulations. Now, before I get to the heart of it, I want to say something about where you're sitting right now. Because some of you are about to leave Jackson, and you might be leaving with a quiet worry in the back of your mind that you're somehow behind. But the kids in bigger states, bigger schools, bigger programs have had advantages that you have not had. That you might show up wherever you're headed and be the proverbial little fish in a big pond. I'm sure that you've heard it. I want to talk about that because I felt it too just 9 years ago when I sat exactly where you are. Here's what I see clearly now that I didn't recognize then. You can build anything on the foundation that you have built going to Jackson Hole High School. And I don't mean that as a nice thing to say at graduation. I mean that as a fact that only time could teach me. I learned it by watching my friends become incredible people. Artists, teachers, doctors, lawyers, mechanics, entrepreneurs, business owners, you name it. When I left Jackson and I stepped into that big pond, which for me was a classroom at an Ivy League university, a Division I track team, and the other side of the country in a state that I had really never even been to, I started to notice something. Not everyone inherently works the way that we work here. The standard that feels completely normal in this valley, that you show up, that you put in the work, and that you do hard things and you call it fun, is not necessarily universal. It's something that this community gave you quietly and over the years that you will carry with you everywhere that you go from here forward. That foundation is yours. Some of you, and by that I mean mostly my mom who's here with me, and also the teachers that I had during my high school days, might remember that the last time I stood at this podium in 2017 as my class's valedictorian, I talked about high school as a mile race. 4 laps freedom you have out on the track. I had no idea standing here at 18 that the race I was describing was just the warm-up, like literally the first lap of a 100-mile. And if we think about life like an ultra marathon, I am older than you, but I am not that old. I am not that far into it. But I'm going to share something with you that I've learned in the miles that I have run, the ones that you are just setting off into. It's what I like to call the underdog mentality. The mindset starts with two concepts, freedom and hunger. The first step in the development of this mindset is to become aware of freedom and hunger as two important ingredients for success. And the second step is learning that the most powerful thing you can do is to hold both of them at the same time. I will explain. So at first these two things seem like they can't coexist. If you think about the extremes. So think about being truly free. You are unattached to outcomes, you're unbothered by expectations. Why would you work hard? Wouldn't you just sit back and watch the world go by and relax? And then think about if you're truly hungry. You're in need, you're driven, you're restless, and you're always chasing something. How could you ever feel free? I cannot believe I'm using this as an analogy because I am not a dog person, but the easiest way to conceptualize this is to think about a dog. So a dog bolts through an open door at full speed, fully unafraid of what is on the other side. That's freedom. And 20 minutes later, that same dog is looking at you, convinced that it has never eaten in its life. That's hunger. There's no contradiction, no conflict about which is more important. They just both exist simultaneously at the same time. Okay, keep that in your mind, and I'll give you some background. So here's what happened after I left Jackson. I showed up at Brown University as one of the top recruited distance runners in the country. I had trained and studied so hard for this opportunity. And 2 weeks into my freshman year, I got hurt. 2 weeks. I hadn't even finished unpacking into my freshman year dorm. And suddenly I was on crutches. It turned my world upside down. A year and a half later, still sort of hurt and increasingly unhappy, I ended up taking some time away from school. I came back to Jackson. I remembered who I was. I remembered who I wanted to be when I sat where you sit. And then I decided to transfer to the University of Washington. I started again. New school, new team, new city, and I was behind. I adjusted and I fell in love with my new life, and then as soon as I started to get into a rhythm, COVID happened. Competition stopped entirely for a stretch of time, and the performances that I was building towards were completely canceled, postponed, erased from the calendar. I did eventually get to race a bit during my time in the NCAA, and I also had a lot of fun exploring other interests. But I will be honest with you that I never really reached the level in college that I thought I would when I was sitting where you sit right now. I left college with a lot of good memories, 2 really valuable degrees that I worked very hard to earn, and also this feeling that I was still short of what I wanted to become. The feeling that I had then, I call hunger. It was a hard thing to sit with at the time, but I look back on it fondly now because it gave me one part of this underdog mindset that I'm sharing with you, the mindset that has propelled me to everything that I've accomplished between then and now. So I didn't arrive as the favorite when I transitioned into professional running, which, by the way, I pulled off with just barely enough results, some lucky timing, and a borderline delusional amount of self-belief that made me very convincing. I was not the athlete that everyone was watching. Signing a professional contract was a dream that I'd had for so many years, and so when I finally accomplished it, I had this overwhelming sense of, I've made it. And thanks to this feeling for a period of time, I stopped pushing so hard to prove myself, and I ran just because I loved to run. And that was where the magic happened. I won my first race out of college, and it was actually a very big one. I started getting top 5s on the international stage, and I made my first US team. When you're not the favorite, you stop performing for an outcome, and you start doing it just for the love of it. The fear of failing, quite frankly, becomes irrelevant, not because the stakes are low, but because you've already decided and accepted that you might not win, and you've decided to show up and do your best anyway. The feeling that you have then is freedom. The full speed through the open door kind of dog freedom that I was talking about before. So the underdog mentality. Seeing yourself as an underdog, it doesn't mean that you believe in yourself less, and it's actually maybe even the opposite. It means that you never let yourself believe that you have fully arrived, that there's always a version of you that you have not become yet. Freedom and hunger. Running free because you have nothing to lose, and working hard because there's always more for you. The freedom makes you better in the moment, and the hunger makes you better over time. I'm 3 years into my professional career now, and whether I actually am or not, I find ways to convince myself that I am the underdog in every arena that I enter. I do this because it's the mindset from which I succeed. I've done this over and over again, but let's take the Olympics as the most recent and quick example. I realize that you are objectively not the underdog if you are standing on the starting line at the biggest event in sports, okay? But at that moment in February, I was so trained in this mental framework that I've developed for myself that I had found every reason to actually truly believe that I was the underdog. Team USA came in ranked 9 out of 12 teams. I had just started competing in SEMO 2.5 months earlier. I was so inexperienced, etc., etc. No one expected anything from my relay partner Cam and I. We were free of anyone's expectations, and we were hungry because we believed anything could happen. And we had the time of our lives, like literally so much fun, while we skied to a 4th place finish just a hair out of Olympic bronze. I am telling you that perpetually believing that you are the underdog is the way to become the opposite of one. Some of you are headed to big schools, and you might show up and feel like the small fish. Others of you are headed into careers where you will start at the bottom and you will work your way up. And some of you aren't going to college right away, and you might feel that in a different way, like perhaps the next step is not clear. No matter where you are going, lean into being the underdog. Let it take the pressure off. Let it give you permission to explore your curiosities without the weight of expectations, yours or anyone else's, and let it remind you that you are not finished yet. There's more for you to learn, there's more for you to do, and there's more for you to become. Class of 2026, Jackson is so proud of you. Congratulations, underdogs.
What a great address. Graduates, I'd like you to all stand up for a minute. Take the weight off, stretch a little. Moms, dads, grandparents, siblings, supporters, you stand up too, please. Give yourself a little moment to stand up and stretch. Graduates, I'd like you to turn around and give them a big round of applause, because they are why you went here. Thank you, graduates, for standing for me. And sit down if you like. Now I'd like to ask Principal Lieberman to come to the podium to announce the recipients of the Scarlett Family Foundation Award.
The Scarlett Family Foundation was founded in 2009 by Dick and Maggie Scarlett to continue their lifelong belief in giving back to local community. Guided by family leadership, it remains rooted in the values of service, stewardship, and philanthropy. The foundation is dedicated to supporting initiatives that strengthen communities and improve the lives of future generations. Thank you, Scarlett. Today, the Scarlett Family Foundation would like to begin a new tradition with the graduating class of 2026 by awarding 2 high school TCSD employees, each with a $5,000 award. The first award, the TCSD High School Teacher of the Year Award, has been decided by our high school students and will be going to a certified TCSD high school teacher. While the second award, decided by our teaching staff, will be going to a high school classified support staff member for their exemplary dedication to our students. We all fondly remember our favorite and best high school teachers. Their impact on our lives cannot be underestimated. Miss Simmons and Mr. Buckley were the 2 teachers that I still remember today as having a tremendously positive impact on my wayward teenage life. This morning, and on behalf of our students, I am pleased to announce that the first annual Scarlett Family Foundation TCSD High School Teacher of the Year Award goes to Miss Andrea Overley. All those ninth graders that you yelled at actually voted for you. School staff members other than teachers can have an equally positive impact on our students' lives. And I am pleased to announce that the inaugural Scarlett Family Foundation High School Staff Member of the Year goes to the person who planned this event, Miss Gloria Nikki Dukes. Miss Dukes rules our front office with a velvet fist.
Thank you for that, Principal Lieberman and Miss Scarlett's family. Well, here's the time for the presentation of diplomas. I've been instructed to be very firm with parents and family members. Do not rush the stage to take photos. Please stay where you're seated and don't rush up here. If you look up at the north end of the stadium, there is a banner out there for photos with your graduate after the ceremony. If you rush up, they're going to blame you, so please don't do that, okay? We have a designated area on the northern doorpost for photographs, and thank you very much for your cooperation. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, can I please ask the seniors in the front row to please stand and proceed to the left side of the room.
Ricardo Aguilar. Rivas. Jessica Arriano Quintero. Valentina Arena Saldana. Crystal Barajas Garcia. Cameron Barlow. Eileen Barrios Perez. Dulce Bedoya Mendez. Martinez. Sophie Best. Gemma Villamoria. Hunter Bingham. Roxton Flair. Hayden Locke. Katie Bullock. Zoe Bosch. Hunter Bosch. Olin Brecker. Camille Bushnell. Eli Bison. Melanie Carrera Galicia. Nora Campbell. Xiomara Carrillo Sanchez. Javi Castro Luna. And Dallas Confer. Ashlyn Chamberlain. Addie Clark. Arlette Corral Cisneros. Dylan Opaseca Karate. Jaden DeMoore. Elena Dark. Jackson Darren. Shirley Delgado Rosales. Sergio Diaz Cruz. Lizette Diaz Orion. Quinlan Deal. Kaya Dimitrov. Alison Duran Montiel. Madison Earl. B. Erskine. Sanchez. Tyler Fisk. Ryan Flanagan. Kylie Fletcher. Bryce Raylan. McCullough Roebuck. Ashley Garcia. Isaac Garcia. Manuel Garcia Bedoya. Neely Garcia Hernandez. David Garcia Flores. William Geitman. Ángel Gerardo Godínez. Lucas Goward. Diego Gonzalez Corona. Isaac Goralski. Gretchen Gozinski. Parker Gotham. Sebastian Guarnaros Carral. Sol Gutierrez. Benjamin Haldeman. Jenna Halsey. Rigdon Hammond. Emma Hansen. Elowen Hansen. Will Harper. Emerson Hawkins. Cormac Keeley. Gabriel Zaid Hernandez Cabello. Aaron Hernandez. Shandy Hernandez Torres. Karuni Herrera Flores. Berkeley Hogan. Sarah Horan. Jesus Huerta Zomba. Christopher Holden. Delilah Irby. Cassius Yeager. Martinez. Eva Japo. Chris Jaquith. Parker Jenkins. Hector Jimenez. Anthony Jimenez Vasquez. Zachary Johnson. Elizabeth Jones. Riley Jones. Naomi Waters Lopez. Shane Keelan. Tyson Kendall. Lincoln Hudson. Michael Klein Cruz. Palmer Klein. Madeline Priscilla. Oliver Lack. Rex Lee. Wesley Lawrence. Kate Lemke. Ronan Lesh. Brady Lewis. May Lyle. Imanol Roesa Ponce. Liam Logan. Mila Lopez. Cine Lopez Arreto. Manuel Carrillo. Jared Lopez Garcia. Nicole Lopez Hernandez. Edgar Lopez Rios. Christina Lopez Palacios. Hudson Lynch. Shakina Mack. Giselle Machuca Zamora. Vivian Madera. Aubrey Miesis. Diego Mares Lopez. Cameron Marlowe. Gongora. Esteban Martinez Hernandez. James Maxson. Lady McDowell. Lucia McGee. Owen McGowan. Ava McIntyre. Vincent McDuncan. Noah McKinney. Liam McPeak. Jordan Mar Ramsey. Riel Neerman. Riley Miller. Kayla Miller. Taylor Moe. Davis Bowen. Harper Molinet. Juan Moreno Navarrete. Yair Morrion Rometes. Annalisa Moulton. Isaí Narvaez Olvera. Andy Nethercott. Sully Neal. Piper Norwine. Winston Oaks. Amaya Olivieri. Pearl Olsen. Aiko Sayuri Osorio Ocasca. Wyatt Overholzer. Taya Pachuli. Dante Palacios. Parker Patton. Teddy Cato. Maridaí Perez Barba. Giovanni Perez Esquivel. Bruno Perez Mendoza. Axel Perez Andraca. Sophia Pearson Olivares. Colton Katz.
Let's go!
Annabelle Leilani Phillips. Carrillo. Casey Ramos Perez. Carla Ramos Perez. Lily Remlinger. Bryson Rose. Oswaldo Rodriguez Contreras. Paul Rodriguez Meneses. Abigail Rogers. Diego Romero Cortez. Armando Romero Zomba. Harley Rommel. Jack Rubio Mesa. Jared Saldana Perez. Aaron Sanchez. Joanna Sanchez Vasquez. Alina Sanchez Hernandez. Luisa Sartillo Mejia. Kylie Scott. Connor Scott. Charlie Sinclair. Ollie Smith. Maya Smith. Forrest Smithman. Benta Summers. Sareli Sosa Cruz. Luis Sosa Perez. Eugene Spanky. Romeo St. John. Lily Steinberg. Walter Stradley. Ellie Stubbs. Brody Sunco. Jordan Tattersall. Maren Tattersall. Osea Terrapin. Ryan Thompson. Amelia Chu. Belen Trejo Juarez. John Turner. Axel Zompa Garcia. Emily Zompa Zompa. Morgan Upton. Ben Varga. Vasquez Romero. Jairi Vasquez Vargas. Violeta Vasquez Vasquez. Ricardo Villanueva Ordonez. Elijah Waldron. Hayden Wallace. Astoria Wienig. Malcolm Welch. Ellie Wheeler. Leah Wilbur. Joshua Wilcox. Allison Wyo. Nora Wilson. Lucy Worth. Dylan Witherite. Sabrina Ronco. Helen Adriana Sheila Pacheco. Jenna Yarrow. Sita Yeoman. Noah Zalesnik. Jamison Beth Olsen.
Well, guess what? You have to stand up again. Please stand. Okay, this is the real deal, folks. By the authority vested in me as a trustee by the Teton County School District Number 1 in the great state of Wyoming, and upon the recommendation of the faculty and administration of Jackson Hole High School, I hereby certify that the members of the class of 2026 have successfully completed all requirements for graduation and are entitled to receive their high school diploma. Congratulations, graduates. You may now move your counsel from the right to the left.
you drink a water bottle.